I'm not sure why he thinks he needs 25,000 rounds of ammunition. I'm not sure who he's planning on fighting.
Well, let's just look at a historical reality. Let's step away from films for a second and look at historical reality. The day after Barack Hussein Obama was elected President of the United States, there was a run on guns and ammunition that has not stopped. It has not stopped. Gun stores have been in short supply of ammunition since the election of Barack Obama. I had heard on one news story on NPR about a year or so ago that this elderly white woman, shortly after the election of Barack Obama, went into a gun store and bought 2 automatic weapons and purchased a lifetime supply of ammunition. What the hell is a lifetime supply? What are they preparing for? And essentially what it boils down to is fear. It's fear, and that is what has always motivated people with this particular mindset. Loss of control, loss of power, having to be forced to share what they believe is in short commodity with someone else. It's one of the most profound aspects of selfishness that humans have ever exhibited. And rather than sharing, rather than looking at ways that people can make it through difficult times, people only, a specific segment of the population have historically only thought about themselves. And so they build these fortresses, they build these bomb shelters. They come together to ensure their survival. And it's not necessarily survival of the fittest, it's survival of the nuttiest, survival of those who lack a sense of spirit or compassion for human beings. And this is something that I think rests very, very deeply in their psyche, that drives them and motivates them to the extent to which they aren't even aware of what they're doing. It's so second nature to them. The key is, one, to not buy into it and internalize it as your nature, and two, to know that you have options. You have options. That the destruction of their world does not necessarily have to be the destruction of your world. To the contrary, when your enemy falls, it could mean that there's a great weight that is taken off of your back. And that gives you the opportunity to move forward. And how are you preparing yourself to move forward? Are you prepared to live in a world when your oppressor no longer is responsible for supplying all of your needs? Can you take care of yourself? Can you feed yourself? Can you build shelter? Can you do things that we may have to do when there is a shift in power? How can you prepare yourself? So, what I like to focus attention on is not so much what others are doing to me, but what I can do for myself. How can I ensure that I can survive until I'm at a stage of development where I can thrive again? What information, what resources do I need at my disposal in order to ensure that I don't have to go down with the ship? And I think these are the types of discussions that we need to have, because one of the issues that people of African ancestry particularly are challenged with is because we have been separated from our sense of self for so long and have bought into a reality that is hell-bent on our destruction. We have the highest incidence of every negative indicator of death in this society. We have the highest incidence of cancers, of prostate cancer, of breast cancer. We have the highest incidences of hypertension, of diabetes, and heart-related problems. And one of the reasons for that is because we are subjected to a form of stress that we don't acknowledge and we don't know how to minimize. And two, we're consuming foodstuffs that were not meant for us. We don't get the physical exercise that we need, and we don't work together to the extent to which we could work together in order to make the quality of our lives better. So these are things that we have control over. These are issues that we need to begin to have a more meaningful conversation about, so that when the tide turns, we don't have to fall overboard with others.
The play is dangerous. Bullet makers working 7 days a week, round the clock, and they can't keep up with the nation's demand for ammunition. Shooting ranges, gun dealers, and manufacturers say they've never seen shortages like this before. Who manages just outside New Orleans, Louisiana, says it's because of the president. I call it the Obama effect, he says.